Good afternoon and welcome to Empower and Thrive Hub. On the 1st of July, yesterday, the newly anticipated statement of changes to immigration rule has now been published officially by the Home Office. This is after the immigration white paper was published in 2025. Finally, the decision has now been made regarding the changes to the skilled worker route, which is due or officially to take effect, should I say, on 22nd of July 2025. And one of the ones that would hit immediately, and for many people coming to the UK to work, is the end of the care worker visa for new applicants from overseas. Starting 22nd of July, the adult social care sector will really feel the changes to this recent announcement, I believe. And this means that there's an closure to the entry clearance applications for skilled worker visas, which are sponsored as care workers and senior workers. This means that there will now be a requirement for sponsors to recruit from pool that is already local and to be, to displace the international care workers. That will be scrapped completely. Then in terms of the country skilled worker applications for care workers and senior workers, it means that in-country applications for those switching from other visa routes to continue, there will be a transition period up to 22nd July 2028. So at which point at that time, then there will be a point where some occupations will be removed from the immigration salary list or temporary shortage list. Workers must have been legally working for their provider previously, that is sponsoring them, for at least 3 months before their date of certificate of sponsorship was issued to them by their sponsor. To simplify matters, what that means is that if you have been in the country as a care worker on a sponsorship visa, you are technically able to switch your visa until the 22nd of July 2028, at which point that care worker visa or being a care worker is under the skills shortage in UK, is no longer going to be immigration salary on the immigration salary list or temporary shortage list, because the UK does not want care worker to be recruited from abroad anymore. They want those who are here on sponsorship visas already to start switching up to July 2028 to other roles with other providers, but you should have been working and be sponsored for at least 3 months before the date of that certificate of sponsorship was issued to you. I hope that makes sense. And then the next thing is the increase in salary thresholds for skilled workers. Now, if you're a skilled worker and you're applying to come to the UK and you fall under the skilled worker, a list, from July 2025, the minimum salary for you to be sponsored as a skilled worker to apply for a visa will rise from 38,700 to 41,700, or the going rate for the role, whichever is higher. Meaning for those, for instance, with PhD, the minimum salary would increase from 34,830 to 37,500. And then, for instance, for tradable points for people who are workers that are sponsored on, immigration salary list, and new entrants to UK will increase from 30,960 to 33,400. And then there are other occupations as well that the salary is going to increase if you want to apply to come to the UK. Now, the important thing to note on this specific one is that it means that these rules that are coming in as of July 2025, it means that if you already have that specific visa, it means that that change is going to apply to you from 2022nd July. If you want to extend your visa, if you're on that skilled worker visa, then that's increase in salary
Now, I don't know
expected
what
by
kind of
by
visa
the
you
Home
are. If
Office
you're
will
watching
apply
this
to you as
video
well.
and you like this kind of content, you're looking to come to the United Kingdom, you're already in the United Kingdom, do leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Even as I try to bring this kind of news, it will greatly help me to know what kind of content to bring to you. Thank you so much. Now, on the other hand, Yvette Cooper, Home Office Secretary, says that the new immigration rules will still allow companies to hire lower skilled overseas workers on skilled worker visas. Note, lower skilled workers will still be allowed to be hired on skilled worker visas despite the fact that I have just gone over it and says that they are trying to clamp down on care worker visas, for instance, because they are claiming that it falls under lower skills. They are trying to decrease the amount of care workers that come to the UK. She said that despite the overhaul, which was laid before the parliament, means that it's like a total revamp, in other words, a change, a reset of the UK's work immigration regime, which is aimed at higher skills and lower the number, to tighten the border controls, to tighten the number of people and lower them uh, to those that are coming to the UK, that is. So now it means that from around now onwards, work visas would be limited in principle to people who are graduates, graduate roles, still with a salary threshold increasing in line with domestic wage growth. That is her insisting, the Home Secretary Yvette Cooper. She says that a wide range of lower paid and non-graduate jobs will still be eligible for visas. So if you're applying from Africa, you're applying from wherever, you will still be able to apply for lower skilled jobs, but you will be expected to have a salary that is above the threshold that they're actually indicating. For instance, the type of roles that you could apply for. And again, specifically, let me say this to people who have asked me on the video. They want to apply for previous videos. That is, that they want to apply for roles and jobs. What can they do? Mortgage administrators, there are jobs, for instance, for debt collectors, marketing associates, bookkeepers, IT help desk technicians, and business support workers. Those are the roles that you could technically apply for continuously, henceforth, without any major restrictions to one the kind of the biggest setback, however, about this specific visa is that despite the fact that you can still come as a lower skilled worker with the thresholds that have been announced, is that these roles do not allow you to bring your dependents. You can't bring your families to the UK. Should you be successful in getting these visas, you cannot bring your family, you can't bring your dependents. And like I said, they are still subject to higher visa fees and salary minimums. So what to bear in mind is that, ideally speaking, it would suit people who perhaps do not have dependents currently. You know, you're not a family man or woman, you don't have a lot of dependents, whether they are, directly family or blood related. This kind of visa might suit you. But definitely, because it is so challenging to come to a new foreign land and to, leave your family behind, I would say think twice, think numerous times before you take this kind of decision. Because coming to a new country, settling, is by far easier with the family pillar behind you. It is better for you to have your support system around you whilst you come to a new land. It is better for one or two people to have their heads together than just one person and then
You've got to settle here in the UK. You've got to meet a lot of related costs, and you still got to support a family abroad. That's what's going to make it very challenging for people who come that have already, with dependents. And of course, the United Kingdom is within its rights, and the Home Office focus is to bring temporarily to help, close the labor shortages that they have here in the UK, and then to support the government's industrial strategy. That is to support the government's, uh, you know, what they want to actually do to bring the country back to um, a specific economic growth, a set economic growth, and it focuses on maybe 8 or so key sectors, which they've said they are seeing as critical to long-term economic growth. So that is for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye and subscribe.